Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a recap of our tabletop showcase of some of the best home run hitters from you can say the Midwest. I've got my Ernie Banks, and then also swing around and show my Harmon Killebrew collection. Really proud of the Banks collection. It's a complete run. I have a complete run, but because of the cost and nature of my rookie card, it's a really nice 6. And it's like a $4,500 card, so I'm not keeping that in the house. No chance at all. So it's at the safe deposit box at the bank. So we'll start with this 55. Very colorful. Nice 6 from his third year. 57. 58's his first MVP year. Both those cards just pop, man. Great coloring. A little bit bad centering on that one on the left, but a nice one on the right for his All-Star card. He had quite a few cards in the 59 set, the Clubbers. And he had a regular card. He had a Sporting News All-Star card. And then the fourth one was a Baseball Thrills card. So it kind of commemorates his MVP. Another card I have in the vault is a very nice 1960 and an Airman 7. So we'll just feast our eyes on the All-Star 1 and an Excellent 6. But then we should have most of them here as I get in this run of 61. That's 61 most valuable players. Shows that he was in 58 and 59, 2-time MVP. And he had another All-Star card in 61. Nicely graded 61 NL home run leaders with Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, Ken Boyer on there. Man, if Ken Boyer ever makes the Hall of Fame, that card bring even more significance because now you'd have 4 Hall of Famers on there. And here's a cool checklist card. It's got Ernie Banks sliding into second. I didn't even know this existed. Somebody posted it on eBay a few years ago. I was just looking under Ernie Banks PSA. It came up, and I bought it for a song. Kind of a cool piece. There we are, the 71 stamp. 71 new card scoops. The kind of independent card company. And then back focusing on tops, the 62, and a really nice, man, that thing is packed fresh. That really is a stunner. And then the stamp panel that you would have got in 62 as well. It's got better eye appeal than a VGX, I can tell you that. In 63, he's got that Powers Plus. That's real popular. I like that card, man. It's not that expensive either. Considering you got 2 500 home run hitters, man. Just the colors on that pop, the imagery. Which is a beautiful card. 63 post. It says hand cut, and you can see kind of this edge closest to you. Man, if somebody were that, I don't know why they didn't trim that and kind of clean it up before submitting themselves to PSA. Probably would have got a better grade, but hey, I was able to get it at a great price. I'm not complaining. There we go, 64. That top stand-up is just a gorgeous card. It shows him, he had been a shortstop up until this point. So it shows him, gives him the first base, but that photo was taken when he was a shortstop. And a really cool image of that. It kind of appears to be like an 8 on the front. The back has got like a little bit of a stain or a mark on the back, so that's what holds it back. But man, I love it when a car like that looks that good. There we are. Then that's another case of a card that has great eye appeal. This is a number 510, so a higher number of that popular 65 set. But this card is just drop dead gorgeous, and I could see it being a 7 any other day of the week. Then the embossed. Here we go, a nice little run of 66, 67, 68, and 69. Tops being extremely imaginative on the 69 design in regards to the photograph. Well, let's just do a close-up of Ernie. Yep, we got it. Save some money on the photography for sure. They did do that top stamps though in 69. Here's a little picture of that. That is the exact same picture from his 67 Topps card. So Topps was still being very stingy with their photography. 68 Globe imports. Finally in 70 they give us a new shot we haven't seen before of Ernie Banks. Then the Major Leagues, the photo stamps there from 70. That's kind of a tough one to get actually. Gorgeous 1970 Kellogg's. Love that card. The 70 Milton Bradley. Some people have mocked his 1971 card because of his image, but it is his last regular issue card. But maybe not the best portrait photo of him. Like the 71 Dell team stamp, much better, man. He just looks like a kid, even still then, man. He has that youthful grin. I mean, I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Ernie Banks. He was a joy, man. He's just a good person, great ball player. Here he is, man. He's always smiling too, man. He's the kind of guy, he loved the game. Nice autograph from a 99 Hillshire Farms. All right, let's swing it around and we'll look a little bit at my Killebrew collection here. All right, so my 55 rookie, I have an excellent Mint 6, and it's in the vault too. So we'll start with 56. Now, Killebrew was a bonus baby, so he had to go with the club right after signing, and they had to have him on the Major League roster, but he did not play a lot at the beginning, so he did not get a card in 57. He did in 58, did in 59. I don't have those. I have yet to acquire them, but let's look at this 60. Then his 61. He also had a 61 new card scoop. Then in the 1962. Big fan of that in action, because when you think back at it, kids may never even gotten a chance to see Killebrew swing. You know, if they're on the West Coast or the East Coast, they wouldn't be seeing any of his games hardly, unless he was in town playing one of their teams. But rarely would they get the chance. You know, they didn't have ESPN back then. No national broadcast that I know of. So seeing cards like that where they could actually see these guys in action was a big benefit to the youngsters who were collecting. There's a hand-cut 62 post. I've got his 63 in it's a high-numbered short print, but I have it in a SGC holder. So it's not going to be shown here, but home run leaders shares it with Rocky Calavito, Norm Cash, Roger Maris, Jim Gentile, Leon Wagner. Some guys that we may not be familiar with today, but those were all big names, big-time home run hitters back in the day. Here we are in 64. Shares that all-star vets with Nellie Fox, even though Killebrew really, he's going to play another 10, 12 years after this card, so he wasn't that much of a veteran. Not nearly as old as Nellie Fox, but just an interesting card. Here we go. Home run leaders. The 65 card. Here's his AL home run leaders. He shares with Boog Powell and a guy by Mickey Mantle. Believe it or not, I bought that primarily for the Harmon Killebrew. I'm not a Mantle collector at all. And then 65 transfers. Always tough to get those in high grade. Anything you get, like you will very rarely see any of those over a 5. Then the, let's see if we can focus on. I was having some troubles here. There we go. There's a 66. I have yet to acquire a 67 for some unknown reason. But there he is with Bob Allison, the Twin Terrors. Got a 68. Got a 68 Topps game piece. Very clean card, but one thing you know about these 68 game pieces, sometimes they have roller marks on them. Defective from the factory, so the surface will hold these back a lot of times. The not so difficult Topps decal in a 9. Then the Topps stamp. I don't have his 69 base because he was an MVP year too. I need to get that. I've just, for whatever reason, it's eluded me. I'm sure I've bid many a time on one, but it always seems to be outbid. Here we are, the Milton Bradley from 69 and 70. One's a perforated, you had to tear it apart, and the other one came already pre-cut. And then 1969, 1970 photo stamp. One of my favorite cards of him, that 1970, the Bat Rack. Shares a leader again with Boog Powell. I wonder if Boog Powell will ever get in the Hall of Fame. Probably not. Doesn't have the career numbers, but man, what a power hitter he was. I think he even had an MVP. There we are, 1970. 71. 71 Bazooka. This is the no number, meaning the more common variation. You got the Dell team stamp. And then down to a couple psychedelic 1972s there. He's got the regular and the in action. This is the card that did it for me. One of my first vintage cards ever was a 1973 Harmon Killebrew. So I was real excited to get this in a nice near mint 7. Got the 74 and an 8. Got these 75 tops in a 7. I like that card too. It's got a cool image of him signing an autograph on someone's program. And then the one card that shows him in a uniform other than the Twins is this Kansas City Royals uniform shot of him from the 75 SSPC because he kind of finished his career in Kansas City. And then he was done. Man, what a long career he had, though. And lustrous as well. A couple, the 99 Hillshire, and then just a random autograph card. I like that it's noted that he got into the Hall of Fame in 1984. So that is it, folks. My Ernie Banks and Harlem Killebrew collection. Once again, everyone, I appreciate the posts, the comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.